Ask yourself one question. Are you truly living the life you've always dreamed of? Or are you still waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or that one day when everything will finally fall into place? Here's the truth. That one day doesn't just arrive on its own. It has to be created. And that creation doesn't start somewhere out there. It starts within you. It starts with your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindset. The life you're living today is a reflection of the way you've been thinking. And the life you'll live tomorrow will be shaped by the way you choose to think today. So right now, this moment is your opportunity to begin again. A new way of thinking, a new way of seeing the world, a new version of yourself. Have you ever really thought about this? Every success you've experienced, every failure, every moment of happiness, and every moment of pain, all of it is deeply connected to one thing, your mindset. We often blame our circumstances. We blame our past. We blame other people. But the reality is much more powerful than that. Your thoughts create your reality. If you want to build a life of success, if you want financial freedom, if you want peace, confidence, and purpose, it all begins in one place, your mind. Think about it. Two people can face the exact same situation, the same problem, the same challenge, the same obstacle, and yet one rises while the other falls. One sees opportunity, the other sees fear. One keeps going, the other gives up. Why? Because of mindset. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and J.K. Rowling. They all faced rejection. They all faced failure. They all went through moments when things didn't work. But they never allowed failure to define them. Instead, they used it. They used it as fuel, as a lesson, as a stepping stone. And that's what made the difference. One of the most powerful examples of mindset is Steve Jobs. In 1985, he was fired from Apple, the company he created. Imagine building something from nothing, pouring your heart into it, and then losing it. For most people, that would have been the end. But for Steve Jobs, it was a beginning. He later said that getting fired was one of the best things that ever happened to him, because it freed him to start again, freed him to create without limits, freed him to discover new possibilities. And eventually he returned, stronger, wiser, and more creative than ever before. That's the power of perspective. That's the power of mindset. There's a simple story that explains this beautifully. Inside every one of us, there are two wolves. One wolf is filled with fear, doubt, anger, and negativity. The other is filled with courage, confidence, love, and hope. These two wolves are constantly fighting. So which one wins? The answer is simple. The one you feed. The thoughts you choose. The beliefs you repeat. The emotions you focus on. Those are the things that shape your life. Now let's talk about something important. There are two types of mindsets, fixed mindset and growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe their abilities are set in stone. They think, I'm not good at this. I can't do this. This just isn't for me. So they avoid challenges. They fear failure, and they stay stuck. But people with a growth mindset think differently. They believe that skills can be developed, that intelligence can grow, that effort leads to improvement. Instead of saying, I can't, they say, I can't, yet. And that one word, yet, changes everything. Take Michael Jordan. He was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine that. The man who would become one of the greatest players in history was once told he wasn't good enough. But he didn't accept that as his reality. He trained harder, worked longer, pushed himself further. He failed again and again. But every failure made him better. And that's why he succeeded. Another incredible example is Colonel Sanders. At 65 years old, he had almost nothing, just a recipe and a dream. He knocked on doors again and again, and was rejected over 1,000 times. Most people would have quit, but he didn't. He kept going. One more try, one more step, one more opportunity, and eventually everything changed. So now the question is, how can you develop this kind of mindset? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. When you fail, what do you tell yourself? Do you say, "I'm not good enough"? Or do you say, "What can I learn from this"? Shift your focus from results to growth. Don't just aim to win, aim to improve. Learn to accept feedback. Criticism is not your enemy, it's your teacher. And most importantly, change the way you talk to yourself, because your inner voice becomes your reality. Another powerful tool is visualization. Jim Carrey once wrote himself a check for $10 million when he was struggling. He visualized success every single day. He felt it. He believed it. And years later, it became real. That's the power of belief combined with vision. But remember, vision without action is just a dream. You need consistency. You need discipline. You need to keep going even when it's hard, because that's where resilience is built. Look at Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times while trying to invent the light bulb. But he never saw those attempts as failures. He saw them as discoveries. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found ways that won't work." That's not just a quote, that's a mindset. There will be days when you feel tired, days when nothing seems to work, days when you question everything. But those days are part of the journey, because the people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never quit. Success is not built in a single moment. It's built in the small choices you make every day, the effort you put in, the discipline you maintain, the belief you hold on to. So starting today, make a decision, a real decision. Decide that you will no longer let fear control you, that you will no longer let failure stop you, that you will no longer limit yourself. Choose growth, choose courage, choose belief, because your mindset will determine your future, and your future is still in your hands. So take the first step, and then another, and another, because no matter how slow you go, you're still moving forward. And in the end, the one who wins is the one who never gives up. Remember this, the power to change your life is already within you. Challenges will come, failure will come, but if you refuse to stop, nothing can stop you. So believe in yourself, take action, move forward one step at a time, because this is your time.